Pilarski, short Friends of the Trees Botanicals. We're out in the fields of eastern Washington, actually the forest, and we're harvesting Mahonia aquifolium, the tall Oregon grape. You can see it doesn't get too tall in this habitat, but this is the biggest one of the day, and it sits flat like this and sends runners out. Actually, here's where it comes out of the ground. It spreads out, runners, gradually roots, and so it just spreads, and it sends out shoots as well. And this has got a really nice bright gold interior on this here. The more gold it is, the better the content. So anyway, nice gold all the way in. So,
and that's the berberine.
This is the best place to harvest this. Some of this is out in the open and is relatively hard to pull up. The stuff in the open tends to root deeply. That one wants to come up anyway, but they'll just run her under the ground, and you have to move your hand down, and then you just have to pull it along as you go. And there's a broken root down there. That will send up a shoot in the spring and come back up again. Of course, there's other runners around. So if you don't take too much of this, it's sustainable. We don't come to a stand very often. Sometimes only once, twice, 3 times, spread out over years between them. And the easiest place to pick actually is where it's smaller, in the brush, under the trees where they get a lot of leaf litter on them, because then they runner more and the roots aren't as deep as they are out here. So this came out of the more of the edge over there, back in the forest floor as an understory. So that's the best place to get it. Some places you can find it where it's going out of succession. It likes a certain amount of sun, fair amount of sun. So if it gets too shady, it'll start dying back, and you can harvest it at that point and get that material, and it's going to want to die out anyway. So you can look at successional. Well, that's just a couple of things. Got to go back to work here, folks. But I'll just point out, this is one of the last days of the year we can do this, November 13th, 2022, because the ground's starting to freeze up at night, and at a certain point, even without snow cover, it'll just freeze too much for us to come out and do this during the day. So this is a late fall harvest just before freeze up.